Alright, so we are going to video the walk from the Adagio Aparthotel to Disneyland Park Paris. So starting with this, you come out the main entrance, you turn right, and you start walking. Now I'm going to do this handheld, so it may be a little bit shaky. And we're doing normal speed, so you can fasten it up if you want to watch it at a much faster pace. Now you'll see ahead the walkway is closed at the moment, so you do have to just cross over the road. Normally you could just walk straight down there. Everywhere has zebra crossings, so it's nice and safe. So as you cross the road, you'll now see the lake is on the left hand side of us. And we're going to continue down this path. So on this walk, Lee and I thought we'd have a little bit of a conversation about fireworks shows, on the basis that we've watched the show here in Disneyland Paris. I thought it'd be interesting just to kind of compare and contrast all of the different shows we've watched. So if we start off with the two shows in Disneyland Paris, we've got, what are the shows we've got? Lee's got the list, so I'm just going to wait for her to bring it up.
We've got Disney Illuminations.
Yep.
And Disney's Tales of Magic.
Okay, cool.
So Illuminations is that on the Pandora?
I think so, yes.
Yes, so that was prior to the drone show, wasn't it?
It was. So we never got to see the full drone show, so we can't comment on that one. Because I think there was a bigger drone show, wasn't there, at one point?
Oh, okay. But yes, the Illuminations. Yeah, it was good. It was a firework water projection on the castle. It was spectacular. It was quite a long time ago since we watched it, so I can't really remember. But it was good. I enjoyed it. But I wouldn't say it blew me away.
No, I think it was a really nice blend of music in English and French, and yeah, just a mixture of various Disney scenes, much as you would expect. We're just getting to a crossing now, so you do need to cross the road again. So normally you'd be able to just stay on this path here, but because it's closed at the moment, we're going to cross back across to that path, and now we follow this to the end of the road. You will see the Police Nationale on your left hand side, just as a guide point.
So yeah,
what I would say though is the old show had a lot more fireworks.
Yes.
So I think this new show, whilst it incorporates, I think there's a lot more use of water and a lot more and obviously you've got the drones as well, which are an added feature. Less fireworks.
Yes.
So if you're a bit of a fireworks fanatic, you may have preferred the previous incarnation of it. But I actually really enjoyed this one, and I would say it's a lot more memorable than its previous incumbent.
Yes, again, there's been a big time gap between watching the two. However, watching Tales of Magic, the other night, it was beautiful. I'm a person of how it makes me feel in the moment, so I feel those feelings of what create the core memories and stay with you.
So at the end of the road, you will come to a crossing, and you've got an option here. You can turn left or right, and we have done both. Generally the cars are good at letting you cross, although they're busy. We're going to turn left, and the reason we're turning left is, one, we feel it's a little bit more picturesque. You get to see more of the parks on your way in, and it's actually a little bit quicker. We'll try them both ways. Both are really, really simple. If you turn right, you walk down to a roundabout, you turn left and you follow that road straight down and it will take you into Disneyland Parks. If you turn left at that junction, you walk down the path, you turn right at the next junction, as we'll show you, and again, follow that straight down to the park. So both are really, really simple to walk, well lit. They're all paved the whole way and crossings all along. So anyway, let's carry on.
Oh yeah, so I was talking, I'm very much a person about the feelings. I feel that those feelings are what create the memories and stay with you. So I definitely feel like the Tales of Magic created that moment. I definitely cried, which is always a good sign. I don't know, it was just beautiful. Everything came together. The Lion King part, sorry, spoiler, was amazing. I just think it did it well. Okay, there wasn't as many fireworks. I didn't notice that. But like you say, if you were a firework fan, you definitely might notice it. But overall, I think if you were to ask my favourite, I'd say the Tales of Magic definitely was my favourite one out of the two.
Yeah, I'd agree. So we paid, I think it was €25 per person to get the reserve viewing, which I highly recommend. It was a much less crowded space. There were still a lot of people around there, but it was a lot less crowded. You are right in front of the castle and you've got a pretty much protected view of the whole thing. So highly recommend. However, I would be interested to see it from further back to see, I think you'll get a better view of maybe the drones from further away, and it may be even more impactful. I don't know, but I'd be interested to see. And I don't know if there are any other projections. I don't think there are, but if there's any other projections across the park. So we're just up to the next point. As you can see, we've got a crossing here. So we got to that junction, we followed the road round to the right, we crossed the road, green man, and once we cross the road onto the pathway, and we continue all the way into the parks. Now you'll see ahead of you, I will zoom in just a little bit. There's a Newport Bay over there on the right hand side. Right up in front we can see the Marvel Hotel. Occasionally Panoramagique will be up in the air, so you can see that along with the tent, and you'll see the building for the IMAX, Piano and Five Guys. And as we get further around the corner, more and more of it will come into light. And if you're lucky and it's a clear day, you can get a view of the mountains of Arendelle, the new world that's opening in Disneyland Paris as well.
I'll just say about the reservation area, reserved viewing. I mean, we turned up, I'd say half an hour before.
Yeah, I think we were, about 30 minutes before.
And I would say the parks were busy on that day. I felt it was busy. It was definitely chaos getting to the viewing, to find where the viewing area was. There was crowds set for the fireworks and you couldn't get through it. So yeah, I think the fact that you could turn up half an hour before means that it's worth also paying, because you didn't need to seek out your spot for 2 hours, maybe but it's definitely worth it. There's just the two of us, so it's cost-wise, it's not such a big chunk of money, but I can imagine as a family that can add up. But saying that, it was a luxury, and we chose to do it just because we don't come here very often, and also I'm quite short. And I always get the person in front. I mean, we all get the person in front that puts the child on the shoulders, and I get it. You know, we've all paid our money to be here and to see it. So that's just the way it is. But,
and actually, that's a good point you raised. So one of the things to factor in is if you are paying for this experience, obviously you are up close to the castle, which means if you've got a taller person in front, you're going to see even less than when you are behind a tall person. You're a bit further back just because of the way the panorama works. So it's one of the things to consider. And what I would say is I didn't see a single child on shoulders. in the reserve section as well.
Yeah,
there wasn't actually a huge amount of children in that section, in fairness. And they did encourage everyone to stand as well, so it wasn't like you could sit. They wanted to maximise the space that they had, so that everyone could fit in and have kind of space to stand. So,
and I felt the cast member was actually really helpful when we arrived. He was telling us where to go, and he actually said, "Oh, no, move here, you'll get a better view." So they want you to get the best experience. So overall, it definitely was worth paying the money for us anyway in that moment in time.
Exactly. So you see, we've stayed on the same path, and literally we've just crossed over the road there, and you'll see the buses coming to and from. This is the main bus depot for anywhere outside of the Disney parks. So a lot of the buses, they'll go to places like Via Europe, Village Nature, and so on. So if you're staying at one of them resorts and you're getting a bus, this is the bus terminal you come into. And it is literally, we've just stayed on this path for that whole walk, and we are not far away. So in summary then, what we're saying is definitely a must-see. If you've got the opportunity to, and it works for you to buy those passes, do recommend those.
Yeah, and they do sell out. Also, yes, they've had some messages while we've been here after seeing us doing the reserved area, and they said they couldn't get them. It was sold out for the whole week that they were here, so or the whole time they were here. Yeah. So yeah, as soon as they become available, if
which
you know
I
it's
think
something you want to do.
I want to say is 60 days in advance. I'm not sure. Now, please be careful going across this crossing because something may come at you from the grass. I don't know why this crossing's here. Maybe there's ducks or something. Maybe Daisy and Donald go out for an early stroll with Huey, Louie and Dewey. Who knows? But anyway, we checked both ways. There was nothing coming from the grass side, so we're safe.
Yeah, so 60 days out. So if you know you want to do it, then make sure you get on and book that, because you don't want any disappointment, because like they said, they couldn't get the tickets, and they were sad about it.
Yeah. Just in terms of getting into the park as well, one of the things we encountered was it's not actually well signposted initially, but the cast members are super friendly. So to get to the reserve viewing spot, you don't walk through the middle. So you walk up Main Street, and then you want to head to the left towards Adventureland, and they'll basically guide you right the way around. So you have to walk past Big Thunder and come in almost through the side of the castle. But what's really nice is that they shut off the entire pathway, so you're kind of in a really quiet walkway area, which after a busy day in the parks is appreciated.
Yeah, it almost feels like a VIP experience from the moment you start walking to the reserved viewing area. You're only walking with other guests that have paid for the area, so like you say, it's quiet. So
yeah, and the toilets are quiet as well, so if you want a bathroom break before you go to the show, then definitely do it when you walk in, because it's I
don't know if anyone else does this, but I get to that. Now I've got older, I panic. I'm going to be in this crowded place.
So we've just got through the bus station. One final crossing. This one's for the car park. And then once we're across here, that is it. We are pretty much in the parks. So a little bit further to go. Anyway, back to toilet breaks.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying, if anyone's like me and as they've got older start to panic when they're in a big space and they can't get out easily, they start to think they desperately need the toilet even though they've just been 30 seconds ago. Anyway, so yes, we checked once we'd registered, we checked where the toilets were. Yeah, and they were easy to do, so I'd recommend doing that rather than fighting the big crowds.
Yeah, and same with most of these shows now. You get the notification on your app. It's a QR code that the cast members need to scan, so keep a copy of that ready to hand so you can get it scanned. I don't know if it's available to save in your Apple Wallet, but it's definitely on the app. You can just click into it. Under my account, you'll see your shows and it'll be listed in there. Right, so that was our walk from Aparthotel Serris Adagio to Disneyland Paris. It's exactly 15 minutes on the dot, and we have arrived at the entrance to Disneyland Paris Park. So hopefully you found that useful. If you're staying at Serris Adagio, do recommend the hotel. It's very convenient, lots of good amenities, and as you can see, a nice easy walkway. We've walked it every single time. We haven't used a bus at all.
No. I think it'd be quicker to walk there rather than wait for a bus.
Yeah, and then next stop, security.